We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones who will make a difference. We are the ones who will change the world. We are the ones. We are the ones.
Welcome back to Dr. Milan's Best Foot Forward, and today I have with me Doug Ivanovich. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, nice to be here.
This is my co-host Leah, and apparently she is going to welcome you in her own way, because that's just how she is. Tell me what led you up to what you did. That's a pretty loaded question.
I guess the most unusual aspect of my story is that I was actually born in a refugee camp.
Oh, wow.
And so I grew up meeting a lot of people who had been from broken families divided, living through surviving tragedies, trying to find their way to a better life, a better world, and especially often for their children.
Yeah.
So it just took a while being a musician, realizing that music was probably humanity's best ambassador because it's the common language of the human race.
Yes.
It's really part of our responsibility as a nation to help support people who are in that terrible situation.
It's all good, refugees coming, but you also got to look after local people as well.
We really cannot turn our face away from these people. Do not want to look the other way.
My team produced the Live Aid concert, which was the biggest concert in broadcasting history.
Yes.
So once I had that experience, there was no going back. I've stayed with music and cause-related entertainment, concerts, and so on, but all under the auspices of humanitarian endeavor.
It's a pretty lofty goal. Let's be honest. World peace. It's huge, and everybody prays for it. How do we get there?
That's a good question, and it requires a multifaceted approach. One of the unique things about World Peace One is that we're not just interested in releasing some songs. It's not just about doing concerts, because we can reach 1 billion, 2 billion, maybe now 3 billion people. It happens, but then a month later, everybody wants to know what happened. Where did it all go?
Exactly.
So we're creating a sustainable approach. So once we get out there and we brand, then we'll have the infrastructure with all these various components to allow us for the sustainability factor.
So when you're looking at artists, are you looking for a specific voice, as in like what their message is?
It has to be a diversity. Our approach is widening our circles. I call it the curative power of inclusion. If you widen the circle enough, everybody's included.
Absolutely.
And everybody should be included because we are one greater human family.
And that's really important too, because that's what's going to bring the harmony. It's when people see that all these different people are together, all these different artists together, people from different countries, it really starts to, and because you said music really does it's the glue in some ways that holds people together, then we can really see people working together. And when I think of that, I think of that song, the We Are the World.
Of course.
I mean, that was so beautiful. And then to see like all those artists and everybody singing together and using literally their own unique voice to create something so beautiful. So specifically with World Peace One, this is an amazing thing that you're doing. Who's partnering with you to make this happen? Because this is huge. I mean, it's a colossal undertaking, so you've got to have some pretty big players with you.
Well, it's an extraordinary team, but my co-founder is Klaus Nobel. What we've tried to do also, though, is concentrate on building a diverse team, and the kind of team that are some of the best people in the world in education. So what our work should be about is not just the survival of the human race, but the dignified survival of the human race.
Be the change that you want to see.
Thank you so much. Feel thank you for everyone here.
We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones who will make a difference. We are the ones who will change the world.
So one of the things that I really like to do with this show is personally get involved and see kind of what's behind the scenes and what it takes to run these things, and lend my talent and my support and my help in any way that I can to make this bigger and better. So not only can I tell me how I can get involved and what that would look like, but tell me how other people can get involved, because obviously this is a huge initiative. You're going to need a lot of people, and I'd love to spend the day with you and just, you know, get my hands right in there and see what it takes to be you for a day.
We start with the website. It's a good place to start because there's a lot of information. You can see the extraordinary group of people that we've assembled on this team, and there's a tremendous emphasis on the refugee situation.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Because we're very active. There's plenty of room for help. I like to say it takes a world to lift a world.
It absolutely does, and I'm sure there's a lot of different components, whether it's a phone call or web stuff or just donations. So
absolutely,
you know, certainly however people are willing and open to get involved and make this exactly what it can be. I'm your host, Dr. Milan, and you have been watching Best Foot Forward today. Stay tuned for more amazing journeys with some inspiring people.
We are the ones